ASAD Malik from Behind the Gloves, joined by the one and only Eddie Hearn. Eddie, you're at it again, this time with Amir Khan versus Samuel Vargas on September 8th. How did this match-up come about, firstly?
Well, obviously he had an incredible win last time out, and although we expected him to win, the manner in which he won against Phil Greco, the energy in the arena was incredible, and we needed to find a guy that was somewhere in between Phil Greco and the guys that he's going to be facing in December.
Sure.
Samuel Vargas called out the fight. I watched him, I spoke to him, I like him. I think he has a big set of nuts. I think he's going to put everything on the line, and I think it's the kind of guy that Amir needs to test him before he jumps into those fights, because after 30 seconds, you know, it's not enough. And you know, although that September 8th, the last win was so great, I was almost kicking ourselves a little bit after, thinking and hoping that he would have done more rounds.
Absolutely. Good. Also, this fight is number 2 out of the 3 agreed with Amir Khan, Eddie. Is world title or Kell Brook the priority fight for number 3?
The next one's the big one if he can get through Sammy Vargas. And you know, I want the Kell Brook fight. I think the whole country wants the Kell Brook fight. I think Amir and Kell want the Kell Brook fight. It's just a case of sorting out the deal. It's the biggest fight out there for both guys. Amir does have a lot of options. You know, he has obviously the 147 division to take his pick at as well. This fight may be an eliminator for the winner of Pacquiao against Matisse. We're going to be speaking to the WBA about that, and obviously Pacquiao is a fight that Amir Khan would love as well.
Yeah.
So you know, he's ready to jump into those fights. But yeah, for sure, the one that I want to make is Kell Brook against Amir Khan.
Sure. Moving on, Eddie, and obviously you would have been expecting it. Hot news at the moment, the most trending thing on Twitter at the moment, Anthony Joshua, Deontay Wilder. Obviously, as we all know, the AJ and Wilder negotiations have fell through. Stephen Espinoza and also Brendan Schaub took to Twitter earlier on saying that you never provided them back with a detailed sheet and contract, you didn't respond along with the guaranteed 50 mil. How much truth is on that, Eddie?
I think you got a bit confused there. I think what I said was that no one gave us a guarantee because we didn't ask for a guarantee, but everyone says a guarantee was provided. No, it wasn't. When they made their offer, I requested a contract. That was refused. So that's what I was pointing out, and Brendan Schaub said some other rubbish as well. Stephen Espinoza piped out out of nowhere tomorrow, and obviously Espinoza confirmed that Deontay Wilder is not under contract with Showtime, and nor is Anthony Joshua. So what it has to do with him, I do not know. But listen, it's all good. It's all good that everybody's getting involved. It's frustrating. You know, we've had 3 months of trying to make this fight. You know, when people say, "Oh, you don't want the fight," trust me, I wouldn't have wasted my time for 3 months trying to make this fight if we don't want it. But the great thing is, as I said in the interview yesterday, now we're going to find out if he wants it, because we haven't withdrawn the offer. All the terms that he supposedly accepted are still there and sitting in a contract on Shirley Winkle's desk. So they're saying they only had 2 tiny changes and comments. But if that's the case, we're going to get this fight signed in the next week.
And Eddie, did you know what them small little changes that...
One of them, they said that we didn't provide a date and venue. They knew we were looking at end of October, and there's only one venue, Cardiff. So that's rubbish. The other one was regarding a rematch clause, which was part of the terms that they agreed to in writing. So, and they've said they were going to accept that anyway. So if what they're saying is true, they could send me this contract today, because the date's there, April 13th at Wembley Stadium. So insert the date, sign on the dotted line, we'll sign it before your ink's even dry, the fight's on. So now we'll see if Deontay Wilder is real and if he's telling the truth and if his team are telling the truth, because there's no excuse. But what it won't do is it won't happen in September, because we've been called to fight Povetkin. I don't even like the Povetkin fight. Povetkin's a number 3 heavyweight in the world after Joshua and Wilder. And guess who Joshua fought in his last fight? The number 3 heavyweight in the world in Josie Parker. He's fighting the best of the best. Povetkin may even be a tougher fight than Wilder. But Joshua don't care, he wants to fight the very best. And to say that Joshua don't want to be in these fights, after 22 fights having fought Dillian White, Brazil, Parker, Takam, Klitschko and now Povetkin, trust me, this kid will fight anyone. But we'll find out if Wilder's real. And I want the fans, I want the media, I want the execs to put the pressure on and go, hang on, if you're saying they don't want to fight, all the terms you agree to, they're there, sign it. Or go back with your 2 little comments and get it done. So we shall see, and hopefully over the next week or month, we will have a signed contract from Deontay Wilder.
Eddie, is that offer still on the table? Apart from the 15 million, the 5 million that you've offered him?
Yeah, that was an offer I made yesterday. I made the offer, what day is it today? Thursday, Tuesday, to Deontay Wilder. Very simple. It doesn't mean you don't have to take it to fight Joshua. All I'm saying is that he's going to fight Brazil or someone like that, so he's going to get 2.5, 3 million for that fight. I'll give you 5, yeah, just to soften the blow. And then you can fight him, and then you get your 15. So it's 20 million in 2 fights. And by the way, if you win, you'll get 30 odd million in a rematch. So this is all worth over 50 million to you, Deontay Wilder. So we'll see who's full of excuses, and we'll see who's real.
Do you think Wilder doesn't want it, Eddie, or do you think his team are doing him injustice?
I think it's very disrespectful and naive to think that a fighter would not want the fight. Like Joshua wants to knock Wilder out more than anything in the world, and I think Wilder does as well. Shelley has come out and said the deal and the offer was bullshit, but we decided to accept it. So I'm guessing that he doesn't want the deal because, like he said, it's bullshit. Apparently, it's 15 million. I mean, it's 20 million for 2 fights for a guy who's making 2.5 million a fight. It's apparently bullshit. Wilder came out in his story and said this is like the lowest unification purse in history. Well, it's probably double what Joseph Parker just got. That was a unification fight. So it's weird and frustrating. But what Wilder does have is 3 managers. So it does have to circulate round everyone, which is just ridiculous.
By the time it's getting to him, it's maybe
maybe. And Espinosa the same, and all these guys. You know, I mean, we've got our sources. Which source is it? It's like Chinese whispers. With us, it's us, and Joshua knows what we're doing every step of the way.
Eddie, I could stand all day talk to you about this. I know there's a lot more. Finally, Eddie, there was rumours going about circulating that Kell Brook is no longer fighting on July 28th. Is there any truth to them rumours?
No, I spoke to Kell yesterday. He's in camp. He had a niggle early in camp, and at the moment he's on the card. We're going to assess that with a doctor and go back to him in due course. But at the moment, you know, he wants the winner of this one more than anything, and that could be a December fight for sure.
Eddie, thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Hey Fight fans, it's Michelle Joy Phelps. If you haven't already subscribed to our YouTube channel, make sure you do so by clicking this icon right here, or else